So for our listeners, could you please introduce yourself and talk a little bit about your experiences teaching public affairs and political science?
Hi, I'm Glassband. I teach AP Language and AP Literature here. AP Language is a very politically driven course. We're reading a lot of historical documents, we're reading a lot of political speeches. Early on in my career, my first 4 years, I was teaching both English and history, so I have a little bit of background in that, and I also advise the Students Demand Action Group, which is an advocacy group that teams with Moms Demand Action in our local community.
So why do you believe it is important for young people to register to vote?
Because you can't complain if you haven't voted first. We all feel very helpless about a lot of issues, but the only way you can possibly make a difference is to exercise your civic duty, participate in the political process. We are so blessed and lucky to have the freedom to do that here, and if you start young, you have more of an opportunity to be politically engaged throughout your life and to feel invested in your local community, your national issues, your federal leaders, and so on.
All right, thank you. So what stops most people from going out and voting, and how do you believe we could encourage individuals to become more politically aware?
What stops people, it's several reasons. One is, people are busy. Look, a lot of people just simply, they go from job to job. They don't drive. It's hard to get to the polls. Some people, many people believe their vote doesn't matter, but we've seen again and again in an election like 2000 that it can come down to such a small amount of voters, it can come down to one state. Mm-hmm. So that logic is sort of unreasonable. People need to realize that this is one of the only ways to make your voice heard. Whether you think people are listening or not, you have participated, and that's urgent.
All right. So is the Electoral College a good representation for the people's interest?
Well, look, I think Democrats would not say yes because, it's happened twice very, very recently where the person who won the popular vote did not win the election. That is a problem. It could happen again in 2020, very easily. I wouldn't be surprised if Donald Trump again lost the popular vote and won the Electoral College. So that doesn't seem democratically fair to me.
All right, sounds good. And the last question is, what are some ways people can feel comfortable voicing their opinions?
Well, attend your local community meetings. Go to a town council meeting. Go to a school board meeting. People think, I'm not political, Washington is not for me. That's the grand political landscape. All politics, people say, is local. And if you want to, get anything done, you have to be talking to your local leaders. I can't believe how many people don't know their U.S. congressmen and women. You have to know your congressmen, you have to know your mayors, you have to know your General Assembly, your state legislators, and your school board representatives. Those are the people who are actually affecting your daily life much more than the federal government.